的家人们，让我们一起为奥运健儿加油！中国加油！中国加油！中国加油！中国加油 ！China of the world， 敢拼敢冲敢梦想 ！China China， 中国加油
I'm gonna get so much hate on this video, but that's okay. We're gonna start right with business. We're just gonna get right into it. Let's take a look at this box. Personally, I don't really like the box that much. It looks super bootleggy and third-party transformer. If you know, you know. Like, the graphics here, this looks stupid. It's just like you have the figure, and then this, like, fire. I don't know. It's official. It is official. Exquisite Basic, Godzilla King of the Monster Break. I think they should have just stuck with the MonsterVerse packaging from 2019 that they had. There's Godzilla. There's Godzilla. Top, it's Godzilla. That's kind of sick. I kind of mess with that. But stuff. Ooh, yay! Made in China. Oh boy. Oh boy. Stuff. The tape doesn't seal very well. I know other people pointed that out well. Also the box. Literally, like, I'll pull out the tray. The tray is bigger than the box. So here's the tray. It comes in this, and it's very simple, and I like it a lot. So oh, that hurt. That's the box. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but alas, it is just a box. Here's the man himself, Godzilla. He looks very nice. Let's take a look at those details. The details here look very, very nice, as you can see. Getting it up close, you can see they really captured all of Godzilla here. He's got a tongue in his mouth. The gills here are captured. All the bumps and the scaling. It's really well done here. This is definitely the best looking legendary Godzilla figure with all this nice detailing. Love it, love it, love it. Going down the chest here too. You can see they killed it with the details, man. Look at the hands, the bumps and the ridges. So good looking. Let's focus up on that. So nice looking, so nice. Very, very nice looking on the details. Boy, and here's where I'm going to get blasted into oblivion. Let's talk about its articulation. So for here we have a jaw, or a hinge at the jaw. And even the tongue can have up and down movement because it's on a hinge. The neck, you would think there'd be 1, 2, 3 ball joints here. There's only a ball joint here at the base and a ball joint here at the head. I know this because on the other figure, you are forced to remove the head, and sometimes these pieces pop off. Just trust me on that. There's a ball joint here and a ball joint here at the head, so you get some good range there, and then some pretty nice range, some side to side, up and down. It's very fluid too, so I think they did a really nice job there, and you can get some very nice up and down. Coming down to the arms, very limited ball joint here. You're about that far out, that far in. It's a ball joint, so you can get that range. A hinge here at the elbow, and they did paint right there, very nice Hiya, and a ball joint here at the wrist, so that's okay. The arm's okay. There's also a swivel at there, so it's a hinge, swivel, swivel, hinge. Yippee. Here we have a ball joint at the chest area, so a little bit of side to side, just a little bit of side to side. You can get some arcing action there. So it looks pretty good, so you get that nice pose, and a decent enough crunch. You can't do the Hollow Earth thing, but a decent enough crunch. Coming down to the legs. Leg is going to be on a ball joint. Very good spread. There you go, that's about the range there. This can swivel all the way around. Double bend at the knee. I believe these are on ball joints as well, but there's like no side to side movement, but you see what I mean. I'm pretty sure those are on ball joints, but be careful here when you do that, of course. And then a ball joint at The foot. Nice. Good job with that. The tail is very nice. I believe I count it. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 9, 10 segments. Allows for some really nice curves with the tail. So, good job, Hiya. You did a good job with the tail. Yeah, so good job. Since this is a Burning Godzilla, I think that I think Hiya did a really great job with the coloration here, but my copy is not perfect. There is some splotchy paint. If I would focus my cameras. Sorry for the weird lighting in this video. I'm using a different style. I'll figure it out in the next one. Some splotchy paint around the tail area and on the back. I'm trying to find it. Sorry. It's not too noticeable, but it is a little dumb. I'm not super hyped about it. If we complain about it with Monster Arts, we gotta complain about it with Hiya here. But overall, I think this figure is very good and definitely worth the price. It's a good figure. It just is a solid, very big representation of Godzilla from Legendary, and I think that's really cool, especially Burning Godzilla here. This is a cool figure, and I've never had a Burning Godzilla. It's my first one, so it's pretty cool. Now, that being said, this figure... Okay, I'm gonna move my mic a bit. This figure feels like one of these. Let me elaborate. He feels like if NECA had evolved their craft at the end. This feels like if NECA put a little more money into their figures and they just cooked. That's what this feels like. That's why everyone is going ape crap over it, because it feels like NECA just made a comeback. But I mean, it's not. It's Hiya. It's a completely different company. But still, he feels like a NECA, and he's priced a little higher, but still, like, a lot of people like this figure, and this is just a better version of that. It really is. The range is better. Articulation's better. Sculpt is way better. Paint is better. The quality is better. It's one of these, but it's better. So that's why everyone's completely losing it with these. I think people like NECA, people like Hiya, because it's basically better NECA. Okay, now here's where the video takes a little bit of a turn. I'm gonna rate this guy a nice old 8 out of 10. Very good. Best sculpt for Legendary Godzilla. Now, here's where we get really controversial, because we're gonna kind of skip size comparisons here. If you want to know how big he is, he's just a little bigger, and he's like 7 inches tall. He's not that big. But here is where we get very controversial, because Monster Arts, how does he stack up to him? Well, in my personal opinion, this is just my opinion, by the way, I prefer the Monster Arts. Oh my god, let it sink in. Oh no. All my crap talking on the Monster Arts line, and here we are. I think he's better than him. Now, it's a really simple reason. I'm not being a fanboy here, okay? Maybe a little. But the reason I'll pick him up. The reason I think he's better than him. Now, notice I am saying, this is my opinion, because objectively speaking, he is better than him. This is my opinion as well. In the most objective sense, he is way better. Detail's better. The joint construction is better. Like, the quality is better. Paint apps I'm not really going to talk about it because they're two different paints. But still, these represent two different things. But still, you get my point. It's the range. This thing was hyped up so much, in my opinion. I think people online, they really hyped this mold up to a fault. I mean, my god, people and when I got it, I was so excited. I was like, this is gonna be amazing. It was, but it's also a little disappointing. The range is not as good as this. The range here on this figure is just so good. I cannot. And he has a little bit more money put into the articulation. He is still a better figure. But in my personal opinion, I gotta rate this one better. There's no splotchy paint on this figure. It's great. Sorry, my dog's barking in the background. This figure just is better, in my opinion. And I'm still gonna prefer this one over him. This is still a great figure, but I prefer him. Overall, 8 out of 10. Hiya Toys Burning Godzilla is great.